Why do I have this? Because it gets hot. Light, light, light. Setup, 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 setup. What I go through for life. Don't we all? Alright. I'm watching a TV show. I'm watching Netflix. Listening to the radio. I'm freaking trying to buy a book. What continues to get in my way? Ads. They're just trying to survive. They're just trying to live. I don't like it. How else are you going to get it in front of people? I think there's a better way of going about doing it. What if the thing that I'm coming to enjoy is the advertisement? What the hell are you talking about, Frank? Let me explain. There's a book called Storynomics, and the idea is that what do we pay for? We pay for Spotify, Netflix, streaming services. We're doing more and more and more of that. And what don't they have? Advertisements, because we pay for it. We pay to not see advertisements. That's only going to happen more and more. So what do? Story is the way our brain works. Our brain seeks out patterns, and stories are ways of taking information and clarifying it in a organized way for people to understand the information that we're putting across. And that's why we're captured by story, why our brain takes it in and enjoys it, because it's a way for us to live vicariously through characters that we don't have to go through their experiences in order to gain their the lessons that they learned. Story is a way for us to learn how to survive. Nobody wants to be interrupted from their enjoyment in life. And as a company, as a marketer, you have to find ways to show how what you do or what you create helps your customers, because the customers don't care. They are looking to survive. And if your product or your service doesn't help them survive or thrive, then they're not going to care. There's a book called Building a Story Brand. And in that book, the idea is that the entertainment is the advertisement. Nobody wants to hear, hey, this is what I do. This is why I do it. Buy my product. Nobody wants to hear that. What people do want to hear are stories about themselves, about things that they can relate to. And for us to take this structure of story, somebody's life, normal life, and an inciting incident happens, and boom, either their life gets tipped out of balance in a negative way or a positive way. And the rest of the story is them trying to regain balance in their life. This is not the company that we're talking about. We're talking about the customer, the product or the service that you are trying to get across to the viewer is placed as the guide, as the Yoda for the story. Star Wars is not about Yoda. It's about that other dude. Yoda's there just to help. He's the guide. He's the company. And this all comes from that story brand book. You place that product, that company as the guide in the customer story to get them from where they are and where they're wanting to go. So now, the advertisement, the marketing is the entertainment. Often companies will push their product or their service in people's faces and force them to watch it. And what does that create? People ignore that stuff. When it doesn't help them survive or thrive, they tend to ignore those things. And that's where, to actually be the entertainment, people will pay attention and actively attribute that feeling that the story brought to the brand. They're going to attribute that feeling to the brand. It's a long-term approach to creating loyalty, but the other way of going about doing it, the Start With Why book by Simon Sinek, he voices how Any sort of incentive is manipulation. It is a shortcut to not needing to create loyalty, but get people to buy because of the incentive. It is a form of manipulation. And what happens with manipulation is it's a drug. It's like you meet a certain quota, a certain standard. Next quarter, you're going to have to hit that again. And how are you going to hit that again or surpass that? You have to manipulate more. So once you start, you continue, where creating loyalty is built off of emotion. It's built off of a feeling. It's built off of a relatability. And all of those things are found in story. And that's where telling a story and placing your customer as the hero of that story and guiding them along the path that they are trying to walk and get them to where they want to go, they're going to pay attention. Quit bombarding me with advertisements and freaking tell stories that people care about. Place your product, place yourself as the guide in that story, and people will pay attention, and it will create an emotion towards what you do. Never thought I'd be a marketer. I wouldn't even consider myself a marketer. Just because I feel like there's that stigma of being annoying. Yeah, I'm annoying, but not in that way. I want to tell stories and tell your story in an attempt to allow other people to vicariously live through your experiences and learn from your mistakes, your successes, and open people's eyes to things that otherwise they would never experience. And your story, along with everybody else's story, is worth being told, and lives can be changed hearing what you have to say. And I just want to create a platform to be able to tell those stories. Continue to ignore the commercials, the advertisements. It'll push things more in a direction to continue to tell stories that actually people care about. Till next time.